Hey everybody, it's day 3 of our devotional series. We're going through the book of Philippians during this lockdown time. And today I'd like to talk about the word perspective. Perspective has to do with where I'm standing and what I'm looking at. A couple of years ago, I visited Chicago and was hanging out with some friends of mine there, and they showed me all around the city, and it's a beautiful city. And towards the end of the day, just before the sunset, we went into the city kind of center and went up one of the tallest buildings in the city. At the bottom of that building, all you could see were just buildings around you. There wasn't any sun actually reaching the street at that point. But on the top of the building, when you looked out, you got this incredible new perspective. Nothing in the city had changed, but my position had changed, my perspective had changed. In this letter to the Philippians, Paul is sitting in jail, in chains. He could have written a letter that was a very short letter, a basic SOS saying, guys, please pray that I get out of here. Or he could have written a list of complaints, everything that was going wrong with him in jail. It wasn't his first time in a Roman jail. He certainly knew how bad things could get. But his perspective wasn't at the bottom of the building, it was right from the top. And he writes in Philippians 1 verse 12, he says, guys, well, that's my word, but he says, what has happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. You see, Paul's heavenly perspective wasn't about how this situation had impacted him so much. It was about how the situation had caused the gospel to flourish. Today, I'd like to ask you, what is your perspective? Are you looking at everything happening around us, the economic turmoil, people being locked down all over the world? 3 billion people, I believe, at this point are under some kind of lockdown. And does your heart go towards fear and panic? Or have you today and myself, have we managed to climb to the top of the building and looking out, we're seeing things from God's perspective, from a gospel perspective? I trust that your prayer is that God, at this time, your gospel would find root in people's hearts. It's an incredible thing, but often when things are uncertain around us, people's hearts are much more open to the gospel of Christ. I came across this quote once which said, 2 men look out through bars. One sees dust, the other stars. And so depending on where you're looking today, you're either going to see the dust, you're either going to be down, or you're going to look up and see not only the stars, but the Son of God, Jesus Christ himself, shining his light down on this world. He is more interested in people's souls and people's eternity than he is in everybody having everything they want right here and now. And so together with Paul, let us today find a heavenly perspective, a perspective that says, actually, what has happened to me is serving to advance the gospel. God bless.